My rosy red nipples.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's special episode of St. Paddy's Day.
All right, cheers. It's top of the morning, cheers.
With our Irish friend Mark. Well, British Irish.
British Irish, yeah. I have an Irish passport. My dad was Irish.
You were redhead at one time, right?
At one time, I was redhead, yeah. And then I had chemo twice, and then I just shave it now because otherwise it looked like a touch kid, and that's not the look you want. So I shaved my head.
You're trying to look like Bruce Willis. We know it.
Without the forgetting shit all the time.
You're right.
I taught Jason Statham everything he knows.
Right.
All you got to do is go, you fucking toilet. That's all you got to do. Be Jason Statham's go, you fucking toilet. That's it. That's all you got to do. See, you just thought he was in the room when I did that.
Is that from Transporter? Yeah.
Get in the boot, yeah. Get in the boot. So how the very devil are you? Apart from I saw you last night on the show, on the other show. So
right.
Oh, you know it's snowed in where you are. We've had glorious sunshine all day. All day.
Well, it's been sunny all here all day, but yeah, the other 2 days were terrible. What was it like by you?
Here it's like I say, sunny, clear skies. It's been
when we had that storm, what was it like 2 days ago?
Just a bit drizzly. That was about it, really. Nothing like you had. Nothing like you had.
I just turned into frozen north out of nowhere.
Yeah. You're basically being turned into Hoth. And that's what it is. You're gonna. I tell you what, if you're gonna look out of your window and see fucking AT-ATs going past you, what's it later on?
Right.
I'm gonna sit on the floor. Ugh. And of course, Ghost.
I do live in the Imperial Empire, so they're coming eventually.
You do. You do. Just don't turn around and say that Chelsea is your sister or something, because then that'd just be a little weird.
I'm not from the south, I'm from the north.
Ah, right, you're not from Mississippi. Arkansas.
That's why we all talk, yeah, there, hey, and fucking A. We're almost Canada.
Yeah, you are actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you do say fucking A if they say it.
Yeah.
That's somewhere I'd like to go on holiday.
Comes out kind of like when you guys say cunt.
To be fair, it's not often we say that over here. And like if I go, when I lose my rag, I've been told I go ballistic cockney because I'm like proper, you fucking what, and that's about the only time I'll use that because I don't like that word. But when you say it, it sounds like you're saying can't. If you're doing it with a London accent, it sounds like can't.
And then you meet Australians, and it's like,
g'day,
wow,
yeah.
They like that word a lot.
Oh yeah. They don't give a shit. They really don't. They just don't give a shit. So I work with an Australian, and she actually reminds me of my mum a lot. And she doesn't use that word a lot, but occasionally it will slip out, and you'll hear her talking to somebody, and she'll say it, and I'll look at her and go, "Jill," and she go, "Oh," So yeah. And it's shrimp on the barbie, not prawn on the barbie, as I got told off the other day because I was taking the Mickey out of her and her husband, saying, "Go and put another prawn on the barbie." She went, "No, it's shrimp."
Yeah, it's true.
Sorry.
It's
So-
even Outback Steakhouse is like a saying from there.
I'm trying to think how the hell I'm going to do this to look at the St. Patrick's stuff, because it's on a different browser, and I'm trying to think how the hell I can
That's
open the
alright.
other browser to look
You
at my
can't
shit.
with your phone. You can't.
You can.
You can't.
You can't. Ah, right. Okay. You can't. You'll have to
we
read
can
that
talk
stuff out,
about-
then, and I'll just listen to you and agree and nod sagely. Actually, I know.
I figure we could talk about the Fae. Nobody
About
else
what?
does.
The Fae.
Fae.
No, they don't, do they? The Tuatha De
And
Danann.
High Brazil is supposed to be returning this year. That's I've heard that rumor.
I've heard that as well, and High Brazil is where the original kings and queens of Ireland, i.e. the Fae, the original first people of Ireland, are supposed to come from. They stepped from High Brazil through their portal onto Ireland. And what people forget about the Fae is it's not just like elves; it's all the mythological fairy tale creatures. You know, the Fae, fairies, leprechauns. Ah, jazz, it's leprechauns. All that kind of stuff. You know.
I actually interviewed a lady who had an abduction case that she told me about, and she believes she was taken by the Fae in a spacecraft.
That
As
would
a
be
child.
that would be the Nordics, because they look like what we think of as the Fae.
They were not the Nordics. They were little tiny people, littler than her as a child. The whole wings and everything.
I haven't heard the case, so I'm going to reserve judgment. I'm not going to say aliens or anything like that. I will reserve judgment.
Actually healed her too.
Abducted by fairies.
She has a lot of paranormal stuff happen with her as well. This was just like a small staple note in a big long.
So, when people get abducted by fairies, is it normally like Gay Pride Week or something?
Hopefully she's not watching.
Don't take any offense. He knows what I'm like. I'm a sod for cracking jokes at stuff.
Yeah.
So don't worry. I've never actually, in all seriousness, I've never actually heard a case of anybody being abducted. I've heard of there's lots of legends and cases of people being abducted by fairies, especially children, and then they put like a doppelganger in its place. But I've never heard of the Fae using spacecraft and stuff like that, because normally they just open the doorway.
They were like really fascinated with her too. Like each and every one had to come up and like touch her. Like almost like they were assuring themselves that she was real. It was really different.
Well, you know yourself, I'm open-minded with everything, so don't see why not. I'd have to read the case myself, but I was listening to the other one you sent me with the guy I thought was the actor, because he sounds like.
This is actually one of my cases. It's one of my first It's my first episode actually. So.
Okay. To see, I love stuff like that. Anything to do with like mythological creatures and actual encounters and stuff like that. Yeah.
I want to start digging, and I guess I'll announce this, into the Mimsies. Did I say that right?
See, I've heard that name, and I can't remember where the hell I've heard it from.
It's the headless people.
Oh, them! Yeah, the Dulans.
Like, that's the thing too. Why do they have all these names and every culture have them?
See, I've always said, when you've got like a myth or a legend, do you remember I said it's that spark? That's what originally got me into
Like Dragon.
Yeah. Was the spark, the original first bit. And as you say yourself, for every legend that our culture has, all the other ones have exactly the same legends. They're just called different and look slightly different. So the fact that every single bloody place on the world has the same legends tells me that there were people before us, or there were there were things before us, whether they're precursors, aliens, or experiments, I don't know, but there was definitely something either before us or in the early times of us,
or
and
all of it.
well, the Mimsies and the Dullahans are Irish, and they're supposed to be headless,
Yeah,
but there's
but
also
they have
legends that
faces in the chest.
yeah, they're supposed. Well, the Mimsies have the face and the chest, but the Dullahans are supposed to be just headless. But there's also legends of the Dullahan having the face and the chest. So that tells me that there was a weird ass race that existed long time ago in various different cultures, and they all had their own version of it. Look at
I
the
even
amount of
heard a French, because I was digging into it at work. So I have so much time. um, but there's like a French poet about them, and the one that's like fighting with them, he's literally wearing a helmet, and at one part, like his like sword breaks, so he just pulls off his helmet and starts beating dudes with the helmet as a weapon because he's a Mimsy. Like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's not like it was a lot of people say, oh, it was just the native tribe and that was their shields. That no.
Like I said, there's a lot to be said when you think, because again, this goes back to what we were talking about on the Dark Mirror radio show last night. There's been so many different types of hominids, like remains and stuff, found over the last couple of decades, because they originally thought it was like 4 or 5, but now they're thinking it's 20, 30, 40, 50 different types of hominids. Why couldn't there have been a Mimsy? There's so many legends about it. Why couldn't they have just existed back in prehistory?
Why is Dogman always with them?
Again,
that's the other thing that.
Well, there's various different legends about what dogmen are, like their origins, and one of the interesting origins that I heard of dogmen, and I think I told you, was you know how Eden, the Garden of Eden, is actually Eden, and it was a laboratory, not a it was a place of sanctuary, but it was actually a laboratory, not a this garden with lots of fruits and shit. And they think that and it was an interesting concept. They think that things like werewolves and vampires and stuff like that were made as a type of security to keep us in line and not get out of Eden. And that they were there to keep us in line, and that little pockets of them still exist now, but their hunting grounds are screwed because their eyes were done for flat plains with trees and shit in, and not cities with skyscrapers and stuff like that in. So, and I thought that was quite an interesting concept when I heard that.
I do too.
Kind of makes a bit of sense when you think about it.
The Irish, though, the cool thing I was looking at too was I know there's that group called Black Fianna, which I heard it mixed with Irish and Scottish folklore, but they're like a group of werewolves that are like supposed to be protective.
That wouldn't surprise me, because again, each society has its own protective clan of werewolves or dogmen.
But they talked about they put on fur coats like in it that made the change, and it reminds me of the Vikings, the Nordic story. Berserkers. And it would have been no, not the Berserkers. There was literally 2 dudes that stole like these coats from Loki, and then allowed them.
Enchanted coats.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of legends about the enchanted coats. I was reading that one about the other day.
Well, what if that was them that just established in Ireland? It would have been like around the same time period. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, again, things like that, all legends, all myths, there has to have been that spark that started it. There was something originally that started it. And it doesn't matter whether it was some drug-induced shit and alcohol-induced shit. It's like, But the original stuff, when you take it back and strip it down, that original spark, there had to have been something there to start it in the first place. So why not?
Well, I mean, the native legends kind of correlate a lot of it too with like the dogmen and the werewolves.
I've said to you, you're part. What part are you? Part?
I might be part Cherokee, but it hasn't been confirmed. I mean, my family, I was going to like rendezvous growing up, so I was like very much brought up into the culture.
a friend of mine is part Blackfoot. But yeah, and we actually sometimes myself and I've forgotten his bloody name. He's one of my bosses, but we very often talk about the Native American legends. Because if you want to know the truth about something or look behind something, look up that version of it in the Native American legends, and you'll find it in there.
Yeah.
Always listen to the First Nation people. I've always thought that.
Well, they still have people that deal with these things.
That's right.
I had a guest who talked about this.
I'd love
a lot
to.
Of bad medicine is what they call it, and some are usually people that can change and shape shift, but it's usually comes at a great price of like human sacrifice, and it's usually somebody close to you, and
at the end of the day, you also lose your humanity as well, because from what I remember about the legends of that, they gradually go nuts.
Kind of stuck to me about all this. So when he has on Dark Mirror,
I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to having him on there. Have you got anybody in there? I can't see if there's anybody in the chat room or anything at the moment.
Oh my god, I never even clicked into the chat. Missing time. Happy Leprechaun Day, missing time.
So that missing time. Hello. So did you put it on the Dark Mirrors wall as well?
I put the ad on. I still trying to figure out how to.
I can't do it from here. I can't do it from here because I'll end up bloody well screwing it up. So I'll share it on there. Share it on there. So, what was I going to say? One of the other ones that I like, a Native American legend, and I'm trying to think what the hell it is. It's it was the same creature as in Native American legends and Norse legends. Wendigo.
What?
The Wendigo.
Well, how is that in Norse?
Seriously, you look it up, you'll find it. You will find legends of the Wendigo in there as well. I'm not kidding you. Look it up.
I know there's like the Weaver things when that's like a dog man.
No, look at the creature. Look at the creature. Look at the creature that Beowulf.
Wendigo's like.
Look at the creature that Beowulf defeats, and then look at the similarities. And I'm telling you, that's a Wendigo.
How do you know Beowulf didn't come over here in like Vinland to defeat that though?
Well, he might have done, but there's still a legend of Beowulf is all about the Wendigo, and there's quite a few tales of Wendigos over there. I don't think they call it a Wendigo; they call it something else. But the similarities is striking. So again,
a Wendigo is a person that like gets lost in the woods and has to revert to cannibalism.
Yeah,
and then basically hunger just becomes insatiable, and you just get more grotesque.
Yeah, they turn into a ghoul. Yeah, they turn into a ghoul and turn into that horrible beast thing. So a bit like in-laws when they're drunk. So yeah,
Irish vampires. You got anything on them?
Irish vampires, go on. Because all I've got in my head is Seamus O'Malley with some sharpened teeth going, Jesus, I'm going to bite your fucking neck. Holy water's not going to work on me. Oh, shit, there's a
I know there is one. Right, what do you use? Shillelagh?
What would you?
Sharpened shillelagh?
Throw sharpened leprechauns at them. Back off! Back off! No, not that one. That's a penguin.
Sirens, is that the Sirens originally Irish? Sirens, or is that Greek?
Greek.
Yeah.
Greek, because they talk about it in the Odyssey, don't they?
Right? Or Irish?
The what?
Banshee.
Banshee's Irish. Screams to announce a death. Again, if you look in all the different cultures, all of these things, you will find each culture has its own version of each one. So I believe that the Fae and mythological beasts were something that was before us. And perhaps remnants of them are still around now. I don't know, but they were definitely something that was here before us. Because as you know yourself, they're starting to find now that we've been on Earth a lot longer than they originally thought. They're finding out of place artifacts that nobody can explain.
I like to roll around the possibility that the Fae are the Atlanteans that just figured out how to go live on another plane, and that's how they escaped that nuclear holocaust.
Well, I reckon because there's I think the Eye of the Sahara is what would have been Atlantis because everything matches up for it. But I do think they opened the doorway and went, "Shit, get out!" And they just went through. Because when that went up, it stopped every other mega city that was linked to it. Because there was a lot of massive cities all around the world. The one in Antarctica that they found, it just stopped. And when you read the Spec Ops stuff, they say that it's all there. All the tech is still there. It just stopped, and it looks like everything just got flash frozen.
Right? Maybe that's what's up with Bigfoot and dragons too. It just all went through this.
Again, well, I mean, there was no word. There was no word for dinosaur before Victorian times. The word that they used to use for dinosaur before Victorian times was dragon.
Yeah.
So, and every culture has its own version of a dragon. And in Australia, they had things called megafauna up until the late 18th century, 1870, 1880. And they had monitor lizards that were like 30, 40, 50 feet long. And then from the 70s onwards, way out back in Australia, there's been sightings, new sightings of these megafauna, these massive lizards and stuff. So,
like bigger than a Komodo dragon?
Whatever the hell it was big. It was big and ugly and will eat you.
Like bigger than a Komodo dragon.
Oh, way bigger. Way, way, way bigger. Way bigger.
Like dinosaur size?
Well, 30, 40 feet long.
It's like the size of a bus.
Yeah. And these things were real, and they were sighted up until the late 18th century, and then it stopped, and then there's been sightings again from the 1970s onwards. And again, it's out back. It's like the legends of the dinosaurs in the Congo in Africa. Sightings until the early 19th century. Then it stopped, and then they started again.
The one that makes the waves stop, because the big one died and the little one had to grow up.
Well, it's like if you look at Champ.
No, I don't think that's like Champ. I think it's the Brontosaurus, the one in Africa.
Oh, the one in Africa, yeah. But Nessie, and there's one in, I think it's Norway, and then there's Champ as well. But the thing is, with the sightings, you'll find the sightings of Nessie, then they stop, and then there's sightings of this other one in Norway, and then they stop, and then you'll have sightings of Champ, and then they stop, and then it goes back to Nessie, and it goes like that. So I'm wondering if these things migrate, or have a spawning season, or a humpy season,
That's possible. I mean, we know there's something underneath. There's the ocean. There's a much bigger ocean attaching to all the oceans. Yeah. So
look at the Marianas Trench. Look at the layer they found under the Marianas Trench. That they haven't got anything strong enough to get down there into that layer yet. But they know there's creatures down there. They've heard them. They've had sonographs come off them. They know there's massive. Yeah, they know there's massive things down there. The same with they did seismographs, topological seismographs, where they use like dynamite to get the echoes, and they were doing it all over the place where these voids have been found under the crust of the earth, and they found voids, and they've said there's forests down there, and there's a sea which is freshwater, and it contains more fresh water than all our oceans on top put together, and it's fact.
Well, look at that cave in Korea.
Yeah.
That was a couple of years ago. They just found that, and there's a whole damn rainforest growing in a cave.
And there's legends of humanoid type reptilians that live down there as well. Sightings.
I would just the way everything evolved, and there's that whole scientific theory about it that most likely there was something in the dinosaurs that probably did evolve and go somewhere else.
I don't see why not. I don't
And
see
then
why
there's
not.
some old stories from when YouTube first came out where there's the lady who's a reptilian who's talking to like
Oh,
somebody like Oz,
ding,
and
ding.
she's
Yeah,
that's what she says. She says she's not an alien. She says she's from underground,
yeah.
and that she lives off of a kind of mushroom.
And there's so many different underground cities that have been uncovered and found, and this, that, and the other. There was that place over in, was it Morocco or something?
I brought up the mushrooms though because I mean, before the whole dinosaur period, the world was just mushrooms. So I mean, I imagine there's probably all sorts of them underneath ground too
Well,
that if we thought are extinct, and they're
that's
kind of weird
possibly
too.
what
We
that's
eat
possibly
them and
what
then
that
they eat
forest
us
is.
when we die.
Well, that's possibly what that forest is, and it would explain how the things get to grow, because you'd have to rely on bioluminescence down there. So if you're living down there and you're eating bioluminescent mushrooms, you're tripping your balls off for a start.
So that probably makes them go immediately into a higher consciousness than us.
Yeah. You know yourself, if you go into a higher consciousness, you get to see your true potential, your true self. So I think there's so many things. Well, when you think about it, our eyes and our ears only hear and see a fraction, absolute fraction of what's really around us. So some people are born with better eyesight, better hearing. They see more than we do.
Is that still really like passe in England? Because it's starting to like make traction here. The whole psilocybin, using it for like PTSD and soldiers.
Well, originally LSD was made to treat PTSD. Have you ever seen the videos of the British soldiers that were given it and taken for a walk through the woods, and they're up in the trees trying to feed like 6-foot squirrels and shit like that? It's hilarious.
I think there's more to it than just that, though. I honestly think
MK Ultra, and that's all I'll say.
Yeah. I honestly think somebody too who got labeled a serial killer was one of them who went rogue and was like, "Fuck y'all, I'm gonna go do my own thing, and if you're gonna not, and I'm gonna make myself so popular with metal or with rock and roll that you can't touch me," and it didn't work out the way he wanted it. Fully
Very, very, very possibly. Very, very possibly. But there's a lot of things out there that they state were originally made for good intentions. However, I do think there's a dark side to most of them. Do you think there's a dark side? Yeah. Oh, don't you lick that on camera. Jesus, you dirty bitch. You're as bad as him when he just gets his balls out and starts munching on them. Don't do that. Horrible. Anyway.
Oh.
So this is a paranormal show, and I can see a ghost behind me. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I have a UFO on tape. Aliens on tape, actually.
Yeah, aliens on tape. Oh dear. Are you regretting having me on now?
No.
So yeah. So go on, Em. What else you want to talk about? We've covered MK Ultra.
There's a new documentary coming out that's saying that the Patty is fake. Did you see that?
What, that St. Patrick's fake?
No, the Bigfoot footage from the 70s. There's a guy that's admitting that he did it. I think he's bullshit after money.
The original one.
Yeah.
I know the one you mean. Yeah, he's walking by that big felled tree.
Yeah, it's a chick, honestly. And the way, I don't know. There's no way it's a fucking suit. I'm sorry.
Well, you know yourself, I've seen that video myself, and back then they didn't have the special effects capable of having even a suit like that. Let alone
in the intro.
Yeah, it did. There's a name. I can't remember what it's called, that video, but I know the one you mean. I think there's I think in recent light of events, or in light of recent events, there's been a lot of people coming forward and saying, actually, no, this was bullshit. It was fake. I did this and I did that. And it makes me scratch my chin and go, really? You know?
Yeah, I've met enough people that have experienced it, and that they don't. Let's say I'll say this too. I've talked to people that wanted to experience it and then experienced it, and then they're like had a profound change. If that makes sense. Like I know a couple of people that were searching, found it, and then they're like, I don't want to tell the world. This thing is awesome and sacred, so nobody needs to know where I found this. That's kind of how everybody treats it that has an experience.
Well, to be absolutely honest, I mean, if I knew there was Bigfoot, Big Feet, Sasquatch, Yowie, whatever, which I do think there are, if I met one, I wouldn't tell anybody what the hell it was, because we all know the Bobbermans would try and capture it and take it apart, see how it ticks. Why the fuck would you want to do that to something? You wouldn't.
Oh, I think they already have. I actually have a video stashed somewhere of two Hueys. Look like they're moving one.
You sure it wasn't the Kandahar Giant?
No, too hairy. And the Kandahar Giant, they killed. This thing was alive. Like, they were, like, yeah.
Can you
or there's a really, really big, hairy man somewhere in the army.
No, I left. I may not have hair, but I look like a Yeti. So, yeah, I left. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, what do you make of the Kandahar Giant? Because again, that goes back to every single bloody culture has legends of giants with red hair and 2 rows of teeth, and the Kandahar Giant was supposed to have had red hair, 2 rows of teeth.
If it's real, I think it's real. I mean, I've known a lot of dudes in the military that talked about whispers through it. Army, Navy, Air Force. If it wasn't real, it started as fucking somebody in the military fucking with everybody.
Well, it's in the English military as well. Those stories, I can tell you that they do talk.
We were all in Afghanistan together though too. So,
yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean. If somebody was making a rumor like that, it would have. I don't think it was a rumor though. I believe it.
I have seen some very interesting night vision Spec Ops footage. I'm not going to say how, why, when, or where, but I have seen some very interesting night vision footage up in the mountains, in villages, around campfires of normal people and fucking great big people that join them. And I mean great big people. You know, and you can hear the guys filming it going, the fuck, you know? So,
like you said, it's one of them that goes everywhere. I honestly was hearing one about like 1700s from French Canadians in Canada about a headless one.
I think, again, they're remnants of something that was here before us. Or they hide in the shadows, whichever, but I think they're leftovers.
Well, doesn't the Book of Enoch talk about them, even?
What?
Sure. The Book of Enoch talks about them like the offspring of the Nephilim.
Well, see, again, Nephilim is supposed to be half angels and half humans. I do believe, like we were saying last night, I do believe there is a higher being, godlike.
There's definitely got to be like a source, and I think there probably is like a bunch of ethereal beings that created time and space and govern over that. And I'm sure if there's extraterrestrial life, they know about it too.
Yeah. But I think Nephilim are misconstrued. I think they were half human and half alien, giant, whatever you want to call, half Anunnaki, half human. That's what I think myself.
But what about the flood? Almost every culture. Right.
Everything, the flood happened. Every single culture had it. Every single holy book has it in different forms.
Who started the flood then?
The flood was continental shifts, I think. You know when the polar vortexes shift, and it causes all the tectonic plates to slide and everything, and causes massive, massive tsunamis. I reckon that's what it was.
You don't think it was some higher being?
Well, it's been proved that Sodom and Gomorrah were real because they found Gomorrah and they found it was glassed. Whatever hit it, glassed it. And the only way you can do that and leave shock glass is either atomic, nuclear, or some kind of
That
energy
goes
like
back
that.
to what I was talking about Mars and Atlantis. That's probably what that's from.
No.
And then
They
there's
have actually. They found Gomorrah. They found it out in Africa. They found. It's exactly where it says in the Bible. They found it, and then they've dug down and dug down and dug down, and found just like glass, shot glass everywhere. And they've said that you could see it was a city, but something went boom and just wiped the city out in one hit. And that ties in with the Mahabharata and a few other holy books when they talk about their wars that they had amongst the gods and the demons. And the gods and the demons look the same. They all have blue skin. And Legends of the Anunnaki, they have blue skin, and they talk about the spaceships that they were flying around in, having wars and shooting each other with high energy, high impact weapons. Can't be a coincidence.
Did you see the movie Borgania that just came out like this year?
No, not yet.
You should check that out. I think you and your
I've just
like it.
I've just watched Predator Badlands, and I thought that was awesome.
I gotta see that yet. No, not yet.
I won't spoil it for you. Watch it. Watch it. You end up rooting for the Predator.
I heard it tanked though, and like, not the movie, but like, Disney's probably not going to be making any more of them, unfortunately.
I enjoyed it. I thought out of all the ones they brought out recently, I enjoyed it the most.
It is a Star Wars, so I won't hold a grain of salt.
Well, you've got the Wayland robots in it as well, so that ties in with aliens, and you find out the name, the real name of the predators, what their race is, where they are, and it wouldn't surprise me if they somehow found that to be a planet in the Star Wars system.
Oh, that'll bug me. They're called the Yautja still, right?
Yautja, yeah.
I was like religiously into the comic books. I have like a lot. I keep telling my kids, just when I go, that'll be your house. You can buy it. That'll be worth something.
Yeah, this is still the Yautja, and it still talks about their home planet, and it talks about the other planets around the system.
That's what Badlands is based off of, is comic books. AVP.
I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. The first 20 minutes, you're like, and then afterwards you go from to oh.
The Thing is also in the same universe.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Because it's the same company. That's actually one of the skulls that you see in the ship.
Oh, I didn't know that. The Thing's skull, is it in the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Now that would be an awesome movie. Predator taking out the Thing. Fucking hell! Can you imagine that?
They're the ones that made them, I believe.
The Predators made the Thing.
Yep, like one of them bioengineered things to hunt. Kind of like how I believe that's what a big part of. Yeah, they breed them to become blooded.
Do you know that'd be an awesome movie? That would be an awesome movie. That.
Well, that's what AVP is. That's what's going on in the first Alien versus Predator in Antarctica. It's why they're all being watched is because they're being blooded. They're being initiated into the military. Yeah, it's
their first kill. It's their first kill as a race. They're that's what they do, and it's their first kill. It's like blooded. I can't stand fox hunting or anything like that. But I know that over people that do fox hunting, when they attend their first hunt and the fox gets killed, they dip their fingers in the blood and put it on the head like that. Same thing.
Do that here.
Barbaric and gross, but yeah. I like seeing foxes running about, not ripped to bits myself.
Yeah, the whole movement for them to be domesticated. I'd have a fox.
I'd have a pet fox. I'd have a pet fennec fox as well. Because this one, Arctic. Where is she? Arctic foxes do the whole diving up in the air and then into the snow.
Yeah,
she does. She does it.
If you play, Australia's happened to that too.
Yeah, if you play with a laser, and then she goes boing, doish, onto the laser. So she's a bit daft, but yeah. But no, the whole there is a thing somewhere that says anything that we can imagine does exist somewhere. So that means that technically, somewhere there is a universe with a planet the same as ours that has aliens on it, that has predators on it, that has aliens and predators hunting on it.
See, that whole theory really terrifies me because I go right immediately thinking of Lovecraft.
Yeah, try not to think about that shit. Don't think about that shit. Those things can stay in their own universe. They cannot cross over here. They can fuck off over there and stay there.
Well, the big twist in Lovecraft is that we're one of their dreams.
Yeah, I know, but it's like I pinch myself occasionally just to make sure I am awake. But yeah,
so how would you know if you were in a? How would we even know if we were in the dream of a god?
Well, we're supposed to be in a simulation, and they reckon we're some sort of computer program, don't they?
Right, dream simulation. What's the difference?
Well, like I say, somebody did a cheat code so I can win the lottery, please.
Right.
That'd be nice. Oh dear. Because
they're more likely to be abducted, actually, and struck by lightning.
I don't want to be struck by lightning, but as we were saying last night, I'd quite happily be an ambassador. I'd be an ambassador for our alien cousins. If they came down and said, "You guys are open-minded. Would you like to show everybody we're real and the tech and everything?" And I'd be like, as long as you make sure the Bobbermans don't knock us off. All right.
Does that mean we get to live on an alien planet and act like a jackass and be like, we have diplomatic immunity? Can't tell me how fast to go on my speeder bike. You see that license plate? I'm an American.
I don't think that would work, but we can give it a go.
Well, that's how it is here with the Saudi princes and stuff.
Yeah, diplomatic immunity. The best thing I ever saw with diplomatic immunity was what was it? Was it Lethal Weapon 2 or 3? Where he holds it, a South African dude holds up his finger, goes, "Diplomatic immunity," and he gets shot in the head, and he goes, "Just been revoked." Yeah. So yeah, I met Danny Glover once at a Comic-Con. He was there because he was in Predator 2. And I got his autograph and everything. He's a nice guy, really nice guy.
That's the Predator movie I was talking about, where the thing's skull is in the ship.
Because it shows when he grabs the weapons and everything, doesn't it? And how he cleans the skulls and stuff.
Yeah, and then he gives Danny Glover at the end that revolver.
Flintlock pistol.
That he took from that he took from Prey.
Which one's the thing skull then?
The really big one.
Oh yeah, it'd have to be on it. Yeah.
And it's all messed up looking because it was looks like it was mid transformation. I saw a video put out by that. There's another thing too. There's a bunch of different alien movies.
That would be. I'm sorry, but that Predator versus this thing, I would love to watch that. I really would. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Because I like all the Predator films, but some of them are meh. Some of them are way better than others.
Yeah.
Like the original Predator, really good film. The second one, meh. And then the new ones, Badlands, really good. AVP, really enjoyed it. AVP 2, meh. And the Native American one, that was quite good.
Yeah. There's an animated one.
Yeah, that's right. The one where they woke up in free fall, meh. And then they did that other one with the.
Yeah, but Prey, I like Prey because in Prey it's they're like bad bloods or whatever. They're like the outlaw predators. They're not the regular predators that take them.
Which one's Prey?
We're not no, Prey's the one with the native predators. I'm referring to the one you're like, meh, where they get dropped.
Oh yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah. When you got the samurai, the mafia guy.
Yeah, them are all criminals that took them.
That's right. Yeah. And then there was what was that other one they did where they had the predator armor and the autistic kid.
That was
Oh.
AVP 2 or 3.
No, it wasn't AVP 2.
Yeah, it is with the guy with Game of Thrones in it.
Yeah, AVP 2 was the one where the predator had the alien thing in him as well. Predator was hunting the alien predator hybrid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same movie.
No, the one I'm thinking of, there was he had the predator dogs in it, and one of them got thick because he got hit by a grenade.
And that's AVP 3.
Don't remember, but that had the autistic kid in it, and he put the helmet on. And when he put the helmet on, it activated, and the other predator could see it.
Yeah,
that was. I think what it is a couple of those films, they're good, but they could be done better.
Yeah,
I think I'd like to see one that shows more of the Yautja planet and they're like the thick dogs and everything. I'd love to see all that.
there's a bunch of really cool comics. Like there's like a lot of stuff they could do. There's a lot where they're in the Western world. There's a lot in this like samurai world too.
That's cool. Mind you, it's like me with Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed. All the books and everything like that. They're really cool. There's so many good games and good movies.
The comic book's really cool with the samurai one because he just gets like kicked out of his society for being weak. And he literally comes back and he like hides in Japan and he's constantly watching the samurai and the ninja, and then he goes back because he like makes his own katana and like has developed martial arts and kicks the shit out of everybody and becomes like king.
Watch Predator Badlands. You'll really enjoy it. Trust me on that. You'll enjoy it.
Did he get called Wolf at all in Predator Badlands? Because it's clearly who it is.
Did you say again?
Anybody refer to him as Wolf? Because I'm pretty sure that's who he's supposed to be.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yeah, there is. There's a reason why. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to spoil it.
That's his name in the comic book.
Well, he calls himself Wolf, and he says why he does. But yeah, it stuck to the stuff it did stick to the stuff in the comic. But I recommend it. A lot of people slammed it, but I watched it and I really enjoyed it. I think what you need to do with a lot of Star Wars stuff is don't watch it and go, this isn't Star Wars. Watch it as a standalone. Watch it as its own thing. That's what you need to do with that, because it is a good film. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Mm. So
Hollywood, I think, when it comes to Star Wars.
Can you imagine that Predator and Star Wars? Can you imagine a Sith Predator?
Well, E.T.'s in it.
Yeah, they are in it. Yes, because they got there. You see them down in the council chamber. So, and it was that would be very, because that means that Star Wars is in our universe, or in our plane anyway.
Right.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. Just need to stick some Predators in there, and the whole
makes
thing will
me
be good.
go back and wonder with E.T. and rewatching the movies, was he a Jedi?
Well, he had powers.
With the healing and
making the bike fly and
yeah.
Ouch. Do you know what? You just know that somewhere somebody has written that in as he is a Jedi. You just know somebody's done it.
Right.
Like sure as God made little green apples, there is a porno version of every single film. So there's going to be a porno version of E.T. and it ain't going to be his finger, I'll tell you that.
Or do you think that was Steven Spielberg fucking with George Lucas? Be like, this is what I think you cool.
I can't wait for Disclosure, the film Disclosure, because I think that there's a lot of truth in that, and from what I've been reading on the ground, there is a lot of truth in that, and it's
Yeah,
the
we talked
closest.
about this. It's very weird
Yeah,
that it's so close to when that speech is coming out, and all that guy is missing.
yeah. It's all. Hmm. What was it? The things that make you go, hmm. There's too much of that going on now, and all this disclosure that Trump has. Oh, I've forgotten I was going to do that. I forgot I was going to say that. They need to come clean now and just, like we said last night, we're not idiots. The world has reached a point now where we're sick of the lies and the bullshit. Stop treating us like we're complete idiots and mugs and children, and tell us the bloody truth.
Right.
All the you can't handle the truth. Yes, we can. Even those in the bloody Bible Belt know. No, they'll call them angels and stuff like that. And it's it doesn't matter what faith you are or anything. They're still not from this planet. So
Do you think it's going to be like Rick and Morty, where they're going to come down and be like, "We're the Galactic Federation, and if you don't have a job, come here and we'll issue you a job. Mandatory jobs for everybody who's part of the Galactic Federation. Oh, you're unhappy? Take this pill."
why
You
not?
ever see that episode when Rick gets arrested and then like
I've seen nearly all Rick and Morty, so it does ring a bell.
it's the one where he gets arrested finally by them, and then and when they arrested them, they showed themselves to us, and they're like, "Yeah, well, I guess Earth's joining the Galactic Federation now."
Wasn't that one of the last ones they made?
No, it's still going.
No, I mean of that season. It was like the last one, wasn't it? It was an ender.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it started, and like Jeff, is that his name? I don't even remember. It's been a while. The dad had to get a job issued to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like it.
What do you think?
And I like
you think the
all
Galactic
the.
Federation's going to be out like issuing jobs to the homeless and stuff and the unemployed?
That'd be quite cool. Here's a home. Here's a job. Earn some money. Oh, you're on drugs. Zap. You're no longer addicted to drugs. That'd be quite cool. And it'd be like telling the nylon-haired one and the idiot we've got over here.
Right.
So that needs to happen. Why are you kicking me in the back? So yeah, that needs to happen.
So I'm going to
Yeah,
call
right.
him.
What?
I'm going to call him the Tangerine Titan.
Yeah, Tangerine Titan, definitely.
That's the new code word for not getting in trouble.
And that's what I was trying to say to you the other night. You know when that dude disappeared?
Yeah. It's starting to make that national news now.
There was one of the secretaries was being interviewed. I can't remember which one it was. I don't think it was Secretary of Defense. It was one of them. And he got called off in the middle of the interview by Trump. And then when he came back, he was like visibly shitting himself. So I don't know what that was about, but it all tied in with the same thing. Yeah.
Did you see the one with the guy being talked to about the Epstein files, and he name dropped the Rockefellers, and you hear his lawyer go and he said, "You say 5 more fucking words, I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We're just gonna let that fly?
Yeah.
Why was he not arrested?
Very strange, that wasn't it? How people that powerful can get away with anything they fucking want. All that needs to end. It all needs to stop.
Which I don't understand either. It's like my generation and the people I hung with, a lot of them are dead now, though, were like, would have been wild in our 20s when this was going on. I really can. I have people to support. I can't go like riot and shit. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't do that stuff. I mean, bloody hell, I'm a granddad.
Why isn't the younger crowd not? You know what I mean? Like, I was part of the punk rock movement, and like, sadly, everything everybody was saying has come true.
I was a DJ in the 90s, so I don't remember a lot of the 90s because of that. But yeah.
People are definitely not as angry as they should be about that sort of stuff. And when it comes to the file,
Yeah, I think a lot of things are going to come to a head, and people are trying desperately to hide stuff, but it's going to come out sooner or later. All the disclosure files that, incidentally, from every single department were all kept in the same place. And then they all get deleted. Oh, how did that happen?
So many of them are true too, and it's like there's so much worse stuff that I can't even say it than like human trafficking going on. There's like way, 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 way more. Like it goes way deeper.
Yeah, I've read some things and I had to stop reading it because it was oof. Yeah.
I don't even think
Yeah.
that was the main business, was that. I think that was just to get into other countries, into the Middle East.
Well, one of the legends behind the Gulf Wars was the Stargate, amongst other things.
There's a lot of
Well,
talk about cloning and stuff in the two, and bioengineering and labs and
yeah, yeah. Well, in the mid, when Saddam was supposed to have dug up tech and gone, "What's this?" Taken it back, and then they realised what it was and were using it, and that's why certain countries went, "Oh, we want that. How can we do that? We'll start a war."
do you think CERN has it? I thought this for a while.
Eh?
You think like the big government, like the shadow government has it like underneath CERN?
Oh,
Because that'd be a
mm,
perfect place for a Stargate.
I don't know about underneath CERN, but there's supposed to be one in Antarctica, one that was in the Middle East,
I'm pretty sure
one
we have the one
some
in the Middle East.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
and
that's
there's
what
supposed to
Becky
be
Stone was about.
there's a couple in Europe, one on the steppes of Russia, and there's one somewhere else as well. There's probably more, but you know, and they don't just link up to each other; they link up to out there as well. So, oh
Yeah.
yeah, and under the Nazca lines as well. So make of it what you will.
The Nazca lines always are so weird. You
It's
ever
supposed to be
watch
a
any
base.
anime?
Not really.
Well, ever heard of Cowboy Bebop? They talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a rogue satellite that does it. That's alone that they put in the episode. They uploaded the satellite with AI. It's literally so crazy and alone that it was drawing the Nazca lines, so it didn't feel alone. But it's
Well, the
also
thing with
like
it,
a weapon.
well, yeah, the thing with the Nazca lines is there's supposed to be a base underneath the Nazca lines that's thousands of years old, and it's got tech in there where you go through a. As when I read, they said they described it as you go like a, in the airports, the things you stand on that move, not the escalator,
Yeah,
but the travelator, whatever they're
yeah,
called. But
yeah.
there's one of them, and it said it goes down, and you feel yourself go through like a cold bit, like a ring. You go through it, it's cold, and then when you come out the other side, you know you're not on Earth anymore. And that was one of the things they talked about. They found tech under there that's thousands of years old, but is way in advance of anything we've got now, and it's now being used by various factions.
Everybody's sure being quiet too about Egypt since the war broke out, with all that stuff being found. I wonder if that has something to do
Very strange
with.
that the war broke out and that's all gone quiet after the lidar.
Mhm.
Not the first lot, the second lot that found all the other stuff going on. Very very,
That
very
goes
strange how that's
way.
gone quiet. Yeah, so I find that very very odd. There's a lot of things going on that are done as distractions. I think we can both agree on that. That there is a
Yeah,
lot of distraction going on at the moment.
yeah.
So yeah, the same with Area 51. It's not Area 51 you need to look at. It's just up the road, about 3 miles from there. You need to look at, not Area 51 itself, because everybody knows about Area 51 now. But what you didn't know about, or not a lot of people know about, are the tunnels that were built going just up the road that link up to another one.
I think we
Oh.
still use Area 51. I don't think we use it at all for alien life anymore. I think that's where like
No.
all of where Lockheed Martin does a lot of shit.
Yeah, yeah. All the stuff that was there for alien stuff is gone. up the road 3 miles, and then some. So yeah, Pine Gap as well in Australia. That's got some weird shit going on in it, you know.
Isn't that run by the U.S. too?
Yep, Pine Gap is a US place,
Where I think
and
we keep our direct energy weapons.
yeah,
that we
and there's
make.
again in Antarctica, they have there's been testimonies of the direct energy weapons that they've got there that they've used to bring down UFOs. That they've turned around and said, "Oh no, it's just radar. It's just a new advanced type of radar." No, it isn't. You use it to bring down UFOs, and there's been
I think they've
testimony
used it
for it.
on other things too.
Yeah.
Like,
There's lots of shit going on that's gradually coming to a head, and the truth is going to come out.
there must be something going on with Cuba, I think, too, right now, or something that we want. Trump was talking about taking Cuba this morning and about how weak they are and they need us. And that he has the honor. This is what he said. He goes, "It's been happening for many, many years and many presidencies, but I'm going to be the one that has the honor, I think, of taking Cuba." It's a good land. And then he goes, it's a really good land, you know. There's no hurricanes, so we don't got to worry about that. A lot of good real estate.
But
they're so poor they can't afford oil or gas or heat, so, you know, they could use us right now.
I wonder, like, when it eventually all comes out and our cousins from different planets come out, or the Galactic Alliance come out, like we said last night, and they go, right, you can have 0-point modules and this, that, and the other. Can you imagine the panic and turmoil there's going to be with all the heads of the energy giants and this, that, and the other, who are all to do with the government? They're all in it as thick as thieves. Can you imagine the panic that's going to come out when that happens? Yeah, 0-point modules. They're going to be like, fuck. No, you're not going to tax it. You're not going to put anything on it. We're giving it to everybody. Everybody can have access to.
We're probably going to have that's probably what's going to have us have a civil war of some sort.
I could, yeah, something like that's going to happen.
I was watching a cool TikTok short, which kind of blew my mind, where we got in a fight. Like, we just started space travel and we got in a fight with another alien race. And they told us, and they're like this super advanced race with like space travel and stuff. But like, we evolved differently on Earth, and so nobody's as violent as us. So they were all like lined up with swords and shields, and the Marines just came in and fucking shot everybody, and they had like no idea what was happening. There's always that possibility that we are like the violent cycles of the galaxy.
That's one of the things that, again, when you look into it, that's one of the things that's been holding us back. Is they've been saying, you know, all our heads of state and the people that are the top dogs, they're all the ones that want the violence and want the wars and this, that, and the other, and they've got to stop that shit, because most of us don't want wars. Most of us aren't really violent. You know, I mean, yeah, we'll look after our family and friends and animals and stuff, but we're not going to go around and pop a cap in a bitch for no bloody reason, you know. Those idiots that are in charge, they're the ones that need to be see ya.
But this is also coming from you guys that have paid memberships to get punched.
Yeah. Actually, I used to teach. I used to be one of the ones punching people. So yeah. For those of you who don't know, we both do martial arts. I used to teach it and stuff. So yeah, but yeah. But that is what got me onto chi. That's what got me onto using chi and realizing it's not mythological or bullshit, because I used to think it was complete and utter bollocks until I did it myself, and then I was like, oh, so yeah. But that's for another time.
Yeah, it's a whole episode in itself we should talk about.
Definitely.
I also know a bunch of yoga people that would be like you know, the Kundalini people that would be interested in joining us in that.
Don't see why not. Like I say, with your show and with our show, we all believe in the same stuff, and we're all open-minded with the rest, unless it's blatant bollocks, you know. In which case, we will turn around and say, "You're talking out your ass, mate." But you know, it's for everything that's out there, there was the original spark that caused it.
True. That's true.
So, and I'm going to have to bugger off in a minute.
All right. We've been going for hour 5. Well, thanks, everybody.
That was quick.
That's
Yeah,
good.
no worries. I need some dinner.
Me too.
So, yeah, thank you for having me on. And anytime it's on when Rachel's doing a late, I don't mind coming on.
Cool. And then we'll have to do a Rabbit's Tea Party with one of these times when Rachel's working with a big group of people, like I've been doing. Have you on?
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. See if we can get Wayne on and everything as well. And see if we can get No, she's gone. See if we can get the Taylor on as well, my daughter, because she used to do the rear view mirror with me.
Oh, yeah, she's welcome. Come on anytime.
Okay. Because they like all that shit. They're geekier than me. They know more about like DC and Marvel and anime and all that kind of crap. What's the one that they really like? Attack on Titan. They love all that stuff.
That one was not my cup of tea.
They really like that one. They really like that one. I don't know why, but yeah.
I like the old school ones like Dragon Ball Z and like the 80s ones.
Oh, they love Dragon Ball Z. Ugh. Her husband Sheldon is mental on it. Absolutely mental on it.
That's awesome.
So yeah. I'll have to get you together at some point.
I've done a couple episodes with her.
Yeah, I would see if we can get Sheldon as well, because if you start talking to him about Dragon Ball Z, it'll just be like,
that's actually cool, because there's actually a lot of people that talk about a group of aliens called the Telosi. I don't know if you ever heard about them.
I've heard of them, but I don't know too much about them.
But they're supposed to be like the Saiyans, like the whole Dragon Ball Z, and like the Monkey King was supposed to be a Telosi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's like this whole lore that it's based off of these beings.
Well, the Monkey King's in Japanese and Chinese legend as well, and Korean as well.
Well, yeah, and Dragon Ball Z is based off of was it Enter the West, the legend with the Monkey King, Buddha.
When he got thrown out of heaven for stealing the peach.
Yeah, there's that. There's like a
one of the moves. Like, I won't tell you what it is. I'll tell you off air. But one of the moves that I learned in ninjutsu, because I've done both sides of ninjutsu. I've done black medicine and white medicine. But one of the black sides moves I learned was called Monkey Steals Peach. I'll tell you what it is afterwards. But yeah, Monkey Steals Peach.
I think I know what it is, and that sounds horrible.
It's not pleasant. It's not. You'll kill somebody with it. So you'll kill someone, but it's not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to say bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.